Hi there, it's Vanessa from Cove, and you are listening to the 72nd edition of The Networker. This week, we're exploring how connection is shifting in a world shaped by uncertainty, hybrid work, AI-filtered impressions, and the quiet power of strangers. From Nairobi's entrepreneurial ecosystems to the confidence gaps Gen Z faces at work. From the hidden weight of online reputation to how mentorship is becoming the most underrated leadership tool, every story points to one truth. Relationships evolve, and so must the way we build them. So, let's dive in. Our first story comes from Covve Insights, where new research reveals something many entrepreneurs overlook. Strangers matter more than we realize. In a study across Nairobi's fast-moving startup scene, 35% of founders' most influential relationships began with people they didn't know at all. Some of these strangers became collaborators, others mentors, and many simply offered a perspective that reshaped direction. The message is simple. Familiar networks provide stability, but strangers provide possibility. Serendipity isn't luck. It's created when we dare to reach beyond the obvious. The Times of India then reminds us why steady connection still outweighs frantic outreach. LinkedIn's data shows that 85% of jobs trace back to relationships, not resumes. And those ties aren't built in moments of urgency. They grow during quieter seasons, when conversations aren't shaped by needs. 6 practices stand out: refreshing your online presence, reconnecting intentionally, having conversations without an agenda, building relationships inside your own workplace, recognizing peers consistently, and staying curious. Networking, this article argues, is not a scramble. It's a rhythm. In Harvard Business Review, we shift to the executive level where coaching relationships often hit an unexpected plateau. Sometimes that plateau is a misalignment, but often it's something else: the edge of deeper, more uncomfortable growth. Priya Nalkur writes about the difference between stagnation and transformation, and how leaders can discern whether they need a new coach or simply need to lean into harder work. Executive relationships, as she argues, are laboratories, and discomfort is often the doorway to the next chapter of leadership. Personnel today takes us into the world of hybrid work, where young professionals face a growing networking deficit. Without the ambient visibility of an office, the casual hellos, overheard conversations, spontaneous introductions, Gen Z is entering the workforce with fewer connections, less confidence, and greater anxiety around real-life interaction. Many now rely on AI to script messages or navigate uncertainty, but that dependence widens the gap further. The lesson for employers is clear. Rebuilding human moments is not optional. It's a strategic necessity for the next generation. From there, Fast Company highlights mentorship as one of the most powerful yet overlooked tools in today's workplace. As roles shift and uncertainty grows, young professionals are questioning whether their education still prepares them for modern careers. But mentorship, simple, consistent guidance from someone who listens, is proving transformational. It builds durable skills, bridges generational gaps, and creates upward mobility in ways AI cannot replicate. In a moment where people feel increasingly disconnected, mentorship is becoming a catalyst for confidence, inclusion, and long-term retention. Upworthy adds a more personal layer: how nonverbal cues shape our likability long before words are spoken. Communication coach Tatiana Tepoeva outlines 4 small gestures: softened eyes, a sincere unfolding smile, a supportive nod, and open hand visibility. These micro-behaviors signal warmth, presence, and psychological safety. In a digital world where a meaning is often compressed into text, these subtle cues remind us that human connection begins with how we make others feel in the first seconds. And our final story from Forbes examines an area gaining urgency: online reputation. Whether we're dating, interviewing, or pitching, people now Google us before they meet us. And increasingly, AI tools are summarizing who we are using incomplete, outdated, or inaccurate data. Small posts from years ago, inactive blogs, or even the digital footprint of someone with the same name can quietly alter opportunities. Reputation has become proactive work, a form of professional hygiene. And in an era where algorithms introduce us before we do, being intentional about our online presence is no longer optional. Before we wrap up, let's turn to this week's recommendations. Our book of the week is The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Covey's framework reminds us that effectiveness begins within, in shifting from reaction to intention, aligning daily choices with core principles, and strengthening the relationships that carry us through change. It's not a quick fix philosophy, but a blueprint for clarity, confidence, and purpose. And instead of a podcast, our event of the week is a live workshop on December 17th with Rachel Rosen, a 90-minute session designed for anyone who wants to network in a way that feels human again. As we close out 2025, this is an opportunity to rethink how small, sincere conversations can shape a professional journey far more than scripts or strategy. That's all for the 72nd edition of The Networker. Across every story this week, one theme stands out. Connection is changing, but its value hasn't. Whether it begins with a stranger, a mentor, a quiet gesture, or the reputation we shape online, relationships remain our greatest catalyst for growth. Until next time, stay connected, stay curious, and remember, your next opportunity might already be one conversation away. And don't forget, the full edition of The Networker is waiting for you in your inbox. I'll see you next time.